Real Frank.
Hello, welcome to Real Frank Movie Reviews. This episode, we're going to take a look at the movie Marry Me. Music superstar Kat Valdez is getting married before a global audience of fans. But when Kat learns seconds before her vows that her fiancé has been unfaithful, she decides to marry Charlie. Oh, Charlie. How romantic. Charlie's a stranger in the crowd. It's so romantic. My special guest reviewer for this episode is Michelle. Welcome back to the show, Michelle.
Hello.
Yes, this movie was so realistic. This story is so magical. So magical. So, Michelle, what did you think of this story?
Well, the story was a little far-fetched, but a feel-good story at that. A rom-com. You know, and earlier in the day, I watched an old rom-com. And, you know, that story was a little far-fetched as well. So, you know, when you're tugging at the heartstrings, sometimes it gets there.
At the heartstrings. Tugging at the heartstrings. I'm sorry. I did not feel any
I'm sensing your rating already.
Tugging at the heartstrings. Come on, this story was fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. This was the most ridiculous story ever written. A pop star finds out her fiance is cheating on her. First of all, the most ridiculous is getting married on stage at a concert. That's even more ridiculous. But the fact
you couldn't see two pop stars get married on stage.
No,
No,
with their egos and shit. No way. No freaking way. No, it'd be all fake.
There's a lot of spoilers in this episode.
Really? There's spoilers in a rom-com? Come on, stop it. You knew it was gonna happen before you even started watching this shit show. Come on. You knew that, right? Were there any surprises for you? Did you think there was any surprises for you?
Surprises?
Yeah.
In the movie itself?
Yes.
I mean, I didn't expect her to pick somebody out of the crowd, but I didn't watch the trailer either.
Oh my god. All right, come on. And the other part of this is that's so ridiculous. If she caught her fiance on a video cheating just right before she's going to perform as she's going up, there's no way she's going to talk to the audience and everything. She would sneak off stage or something and she'd be a wreck. She wasn't even crying. She wasn't even crying and nothing. It was such horse shit. Horse shit.
Okay. You already rated the movie. Got anything else to talk about?
I just want to keep talking. I gotta get it from the female perspective, you know, because it is Valentine's Day month. That's why I decided we should do a rom-com, and you know, in the spirit of things, you know, the spirit.
And I am your rom-com.
Okay.
Okay, so there were parts of the movie that dragged. There was a lot that was predictable, but there was a lot of good feel good parts as well.
Huh?
So, no, a little bit. Come
what?
on. So, if you see past the unbelievable side of things, which in some of the other rom-coms that you've seen, I mean, come on, somebody picks somebody up at a wedding and marries them. Another person gets drunk and gets married in Vegas and they have to live together for 6 months. I mean, come on. They're all non-believable love stories. So if you get past all of that stuff and just kind of look at the feel-good side of it, you know, they actually even kind of made fun of J.Lo's life a little bit, which was kind of nice to see that they could find humor.
Within reason.
Well, okay, so she's been married 3 times and had 7 serious relationships. So in the movie, they talk about how many times this Kat Valdez has been married, and they're making fun of her, and it shows how the social media has an impact on her life and kind of makes her depressed. There was a lot of good parts in the movie, and sorry, you're going to hate this, but I love the soundtrack. So she, of course, is plugging the soundtrack. Are you making...
It's ridiculous, the soundtrack. Come on. I'll dig a little deeper. Let's pretend I look past the ridiculous of the pop star getting married on stage at a concert, right? And I'll pretend I'll look past the ridiculous of finding the information right before your performance. She's not bawling her eyes out and she just picks someone from the fan base to marry. I'll look past that, all right? I'll accept that just for this episode. Owen Wilson and her do not look like a freaking couple or even compatible, all right? That to me was even slightly believable, which impacted the acting, because the whole entire time I'm watching this is like, no fucking way these two would ever end up, or this is even any chemistry there. What did you think of that?
No, I thought that a lot in the beginning. They even said something at one point, like, do you even think he's cute? And then Kat Valdez, J.Lo, she's like, well, yeah, he's cute. So, no, I mean, the chemistry wasn't there as far as if you put them side by side, but as great actors, they brought chemistry to their roles. So by the end of the movie, it was pretty believable.
Wait, you said great actors? Great actors?
You don't think so? Sorry, you must not like J.Lo. But I know you like Owen Wilson.
Great actors? Come on, stop it. You thought the acting was good?
Yeah, I did.
For you, the acting to be good, you have to understand and believe that they're actually a couple. Now, the entire time, you're like, oh, they're a couple. I believe they're a couple. You were thinking that the entire time? They
brought an impossible belief to somewhat reality by the end.
That's ridiculous. It was garbage. There was no way you could feasibly believe that these two were ever a couple at any point in this movie. I'm sorry. That was another part I couldn't even get into it. Even if I was going to get into this, which would never happen, that they could be a couple. The other thing that was annoying in this, there's two other things on top of this. Let's say I get past that they are a couple. I got past that, all right? Let's just pretend I got past that, which wouldn't be the case. The guy that plays her agent, the guy from Game of Thrones. He's not an agent. He looks nothing like an agent, doesn't act like an agent. I'm sorry, I did not even buy that was her agent or manager at all. That was not believable at all for a second. Did you believe that guy was a potential manager agent character?
No, but he has this caring side to him. So he had this, I'm going to take care of her side. That's the only part that I really felt with him.
I didn't get that either. I didn't feel any sincere care there or anything like that. I'm sorry. I was going to think it was Game of Thrones, and this guy likes to read a lot of books. So, yeah. All right, let's pretend I got past that guy, that character. Sarah Silverman's character was horseshit. She was shoehorned in there. This will be the comedy relief in the movie, the funny character, wise guy friend that will pop in and say some crazy things that are so funny and make everybody laugh. Woo! She was also horrible, and that character was horrendous. What did you think of her character?
I mean, she just reminded me of the friend that would say, tell it like it is, be truthful. But
what friend?
I don't think the movie needed her character.
What friend would act like that in real life? There's no such friend like that. She was shoehorned in there to be the comic relief, which added no comic relief at all. It was just another character to try and be forced funny in here. You have friends like that act like that?
I have friends that tell me the truth to my face. Yeah, that's kind of how she was. So anyways, is there anything you liked in the movie? Anything at all?
The credits. I love those credits. They were great
No,
credits.
okay, so yes, there were slow parts, it was an unbelievable story, but I do think for Valentine's Day, it had a feel-good part to it. And I like J.Lo, so,
To me,
it's
this
going to be
movie...
really hard for me to get to hate the movie.
Well, I mean, to me, this felt like an entire type of advertising plug, social media type of movie. Like, this whole intent of this movie was for her to plug herself, her music, and her brand, rather than the movie. That's what it felt like to me. That's what all this movie was about. Another way to advertise herself. Not a true movie. That's how I interpreted this movie.
The actor in there, how do you say his name? Maluma?
Yeah, something like
The
that.
Latino actor as well. He's an artist as well.
Yes.
So he's a singer.
Yes.
So I'm thinking that would help at least plug his music as well. The one thing that bothered me, I mean, there was a lot that kind of bothered me, but I liked the movie a little better than you did anyways, was that there was a shared parenting role here and we never saw the mother, ever. Like, we saw her for 2 seconds. What kind of mother isn't going to be around if your daughter is going to this crazy, famous woman's home and lifestyle? And
they're trying to make math cool. Math isn't cool. That's not cool.
That was fun, though. That's good for the kids.
When's math
It
fun?
was good.
Math is never fun. Who loves math and says, "Oh, math is fun"?
No,
Give me that geometry and algebra. I love it. So another thing that was the arena that they, where she does the marrying part at the very beginning is the same arena that she does the thing at the end, the performance them together for the award show. Did you notice that?
No, I did not notice that.
And it was actually a very small arena. You could tell wasn't very big, and they didn't do very good camera work with trying to disguise like how small that venue actually was. I mean, I got distracted by that too, because nothing else to watch. That arena was very small.
Huh? Did you know her dress weighs 100 pounds? Her wedding dress.
Who would want to
Little
wear
fact I found out today.
What? It's more ridiculousness to this whole thing. I happen to
There are some good songs on the soundtrack. There really are.
Yeah, another plug. Like I said, a whole advanced way of advertising and plugging yourself without people thinking you're plugging yourself. It's actually a brilliant marketing strategy. It really is. But to be a movie and say it's a great movie is just...
I didn't say it was a great movie. I don't hate it as much as you do.
Are you gonna watch it again? Is this gonna be on your list now? Like, I'm feeling a little sad today, so I feel a little.
Oh, it's not gonna be Love Actually. No, it's not gonna be that type of movie for me.
I feel a little down today. Oh, I should plug in some Pretty Woman or maybe Marry Me. It'll cheer me up because life is like that. It makes me so happy. You plug anything like that? You gonna watch it like that when you're down in the dumps?
No. I'll probably watch Wedding Planner if I want to watch J.Lo in a movie again.
All right, so let's go ahead and rate this movie. Story, how do you score the story? 1 to 10. 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. Story.
I mean, the storyline was pretty bad. I'm not going to rate it as low as you, but maybe I'll give it like a 3 with some, fantasy in there.
3 in fantasy? Okay.
Yeah.
I give the story a 1.2. No one in their right mind would ever believe the story. This was the most ridiculous story I've ever seen in my life. Ridiculous.
Wait a second. So all the other rom-coms weren't just as ridiculous?
No, this is far, far more ridiculous. Ever. A pop star at her own concert finds out.
It had a little bit of that arranged marriage type thing in there. Like,
it's just stupid. It was dumb. It's the worst story ever. And Hollywood's dumber for making this type of movie. Dumb. What do you give the acting? What do you think of the acting?
I mean, I think everyone did pretty great. So 5, 6. I think they acted their roles out just fine. I got exactly what I expected from each of the actors.
Garbage. You got garbage?
So.
You expected garbage?
No. They brought a really rough storyline to... It made it fun being able to watch them. I mean, if it was some other actor, it probably wouldn't have been as enjoyable.
What kind of
for me.
acting? Like when she cried, she didn't really cry. She never cried. She made this stupid face when she was sad. That was the face. She stare out the car window. I mean, what kind of face is that? That's acting.
Maybe that's just tough girl.
Sorry.
I don't know.
So what do you give the acting then?
I thought I told you 5 or 6.
5 or 6? All right, I give it a 2.9. Yeah. Sorry, it was unbelievable. Like I said, them two together. Even the kissing looked awkward. Did not look natural at all. Did not even look like a square and a circle peg trying to kiss. No. Cinematography. What do you think of the cinematography?
I really can't rate that because I don't remember paying too much attention to it.
Didn't have that big of an impact.
What's that?
No big impact, like no memorable scenes or anything. Mm-mm. Yeah, same here. I gave that a 3.1. I mean, there was some little things, when she flew to Paris and flew over here, and some minor stuff, but nothing mind blowing or anything. And there really wasn't any CGI, except maybe she was actually CGI. Maybe it really wasn't her.
Well, the dancing scene in the classroom, would there be some cinematography in there? I mean, they kind of had I don't know.
No, it wasn't that.
A little bit of...
And that's another ridiculous part. Who does that? Superstar, rock star goes to the math club and dance. Come on. That's just ridiculous.
I know.
It's just ridiculous. All right, so overall, what do you give this movie? Remember.
Like a 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
Wow. That's lower than I thought. I thought you would give it a higher score than that.
No, I love the soundtrack. So watch the movie for the soundtrack and listen to the soundtrack. And if you like J.Lo, watch the movie.
All right. So overall, I give this movie a 1.5. And that is very, very generous. Very generous. Very
Just
generous.
like the lowest you've ever rated a movie you've done?
Absolutely. All right. So Marry Me, from the woman's perspective, is a 3.5. I give it a 1 point. What did I say? 5? 1.5? Here's a 1.5. If I could go lower, I would. I should give it the 1.1. But I think I said 1.5, so I'll stick with my original score. That's our review for Marry Me. Thanks for watching.